Hey there, my friend. This is Dave Sharp, and welcome to this video where I'm going to be here picture in picture with you because I particularly want you to see and feel my passion around this topic, which I'm going to be talking about how getting rich became my business and my hobby. Now, if we go back to the very beginning, which I've taken you through over the last few videos, my original story of how I found online marketing in the first place. You know that a lot of it was self-taught, and there's been this evolution for me of learning and discovering different principles, and much of that whole process I'm sharing with you now, which is learning that I could sell information, learning how to sell information through direct response marketing, and that hobby, which I didn't know it was going to turn into a hobby, but that studying different marketing, studying headlines and landing pages and reading sales letters actually became a hobby for me. And it's something that I actually became passionate about. And then and I'm showing you this picture because this is me early in the day, back in the day when I was set up. I had just got a new computer, but, was working off of like a nightstand or something. I don't even know. Couldn't even put my legs under it. The picture is obviously pixelated. It wasn't taken on a new iPhone or something. But this was the days when I would write a headline or I would write an email. And because I was so excited about utilizing these new skills, these new copywriting and direct response marketing skills, that I would read them to my wife and think that she had that same kind of passion and interest that I had about these things, and she was gracious enough to listen to me, but I was a lot more excited about it than she was. She was excited that I was excited, and I would sort of geek out on this stuff. And so in this particular video, what I want to do is I want to take you through the process of reading some actual sales letters. Both of these sales letters that I'm going to read you, or these ads, are from examples from the previous video that we just went through. But I want to show you how I extract ideas and have learned how to persuade and learned how to write, and then that's also translated into me talking, how I use video, because I learned how to persuade. I learned how to first use persuasion tactics in the written word, and then that also translated over into video. So let's go ahead and pull up our first example here, and we're going to go through this together. All right, so this first example is from Eugene Schwartz, and this is basically, think of it like this. This is an advertisement that acted as the ad, the landing page, the sales letter, all in one, right? Because this was many decades ago, before there was Facebook ads or Google ads or YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or anything like that, and of course even before the internet, where they were using direct mail. And direct mail is just snail mail, to where they would write a letter, fold it up, put it in an envelope, and send it out to a specific list of people that they thought were good targeted prospects for that particular offer. Maybe they had responded to other offers similar to that. And that was pretty much the main way that direct response was used back in the day, was through mail. And then eventually email came to be, and of course the internet and Facebook ads and Google ads and landing pages and sales pages. But I want you to remember that this is this was back in the day, to where that entire sort of marketing process that we now use now was in a sense combined down to one piece of material, one ad that had the entire sales message in it, one call to action. You mailed back your money, they mailed you the product. So let's get into this. We're going to read this. We're going to start right up here with the sub headline, or the pre-headline. from the medical maverick who has poured new vitality into thousands of needlessly run-down patients. If you're over 30, this is the best exercise you can do for your face, your body, and your heart. Okay? Calling out specifically people over 30. All right? This is the best exercise you can do for your face, your body, and your heart. Okay, let's continue with the letter. We'll start with the sort of lead in right here. Okay? Now I've also got this printed out, so there's nothing wrong with taking sales letters, ads, things of that nature, printing them out. It's a little hard to read. That's why I've got it up on the computer screen, and I can sort of go in and go out with it as well. It consists of lying down in a special way and barely moving a muscle. Right off the bat, telling you that it's not going to be a lot of work, which is one of the most important things that somebody thinks about when they determine whether they want to respond to your marketing message. Is it going to be a lot of work? It consists of lying down in a special way and barely moving a muscle. It is done at the same time every day that you now do push-ups, sit-ups, and knee bends, facial isometrics, or jogging, and it replaces them all. It is, in fact, the first of 3 equally easy and completely controversial steps. The other 2 are described below in the most electrifying fitness over 30 program in America. A program designed by an internationally famous doctor to make you feel and look something to 20 years younger in as little as a single month without your doing any more work than it takes to turn the page of this paper. How? As simply and as logically as this: a whole new concept of your body as an energy battery that you have to keep from running down. This entire program is based on one simple medical fact that you can confirm yourself simply by thinking about it for 30 seconds. Let me make this a little bit bigger so I can. The number one complaint, starting and picking off right back here, the number one complaint with most men and women over 30, and especially when they're 40 and 50, is that they're pooped out, run down, constantly half fatigued. So he's pointing out the problem with this, right? We're going to teach you in later segments more copywriting, techniques, so forth. Problem, agitate, solution. Put forth the problem, agitate the problem, propose the solution. Okay, so he's sort of painting the picture with the problem and then agitating it. Okay, and soon enough he'll propose the solution and begin to pile on the benefits of the solution. Okay, you see, picking up with this paragraph, you see this in yourself and your family every day. You probably even know the very hour of the day when you run out of real pep. And as you get older and older, that rundown hour gets earlier and earlier. And when you do run down, from that moment on, the lines in your face deepen, then muscles all over your body stretch and sag. You look 5 pounds heavier and 10 years older, and it literally takes twice as much energy to move every single step. And what do you do to try to build that energy back into that overdrained and overstrained body? You exercise, of course. You run, jog, push, bend, jump, lift, strain, sweat, and go right on draining more energy out of that already fatigued body. Do you notice the agitation here, right? No wonder you can never keep any of these torture exercise programs for long. Did it ever occur to you that maybe your body is trying to tell you something? That those sore muscles and that raw chest and those laden legs are really screaming for help? That your entire body that just doesn't want to exercise is really saying, for your own future's sake, stop draining out more energy than you have every day and start putting some back. So just pausing for a second, taking a time out, he is positioning the problem as the fact that you're out of energy, and agitating the problem that most people exercise to get more energy and to look better and take care of their health. So what's going through the reader's head is that maybe there's a solution that I don't have to do that. Easier, faster, sexier. I'm going to continue to talk about these themes, but in our marketing, we want to position our product, even if we're marketing as an affiliate, that it's going to be simpler, easier, faster, quicker. Now, without using unsubstantiated claims, without being manipulative or deceptive. But you can see how he's positioning this problem and then agitating it with kind of, laying out in gruesome detail all the things that you already hate about most exercise programs, which is that you got to bend, push, jump, lift, strain, sweat. Okay, continuing on with this headline here. It takes sheer courage to try this completely different for a month, because you have to do everything wonderful for your body that the medical sadists have forbidden you to do before. So if you'd like to try the easy way to physical fitness for 1 month without risking a penny, you have to do this. First, you have to stop all needless exercise. Every single type of unnecessary exercise you're doing today, with only the slimming exception we'll mention below, and replace it with controlled rest. This means that you're going to have to get off your feet for 5 or 10 or 20 minutes a day. Instead of exercise breaks, you're going to take energy breaks. You're going to do it in a special way, of course, with a special goal and with a whole beautifully thought out technique. What is the goal? Incidentally, to give you the same second win that athletes acquire from exercise, but to give it to you much more quickly and frequently from controlled rest. This is step one. It is basic. It contradicts everything you've been told up to until now. It sounds too good to be true, and it works. So one of the things that's really important about this particular sentence is just that he's calling out your skepticism, right? The thing that you're thinking as the reader right now is, this sounds too good to be true. Now I'm going to jet up here over to this area because this is about the author, and then start right here. It works so well that in 1 month, either your friends beg you to tell them what's recharging you, or every cent of your money comes back. Now, risk reversal, okay? One of the things we learn in persuasion is that we want to remove the risk, okay? We want to remove as much risk as possible, and the easiest way to do that is really just with a money-back guarantee. And now this medical maverick goes on to remove the second greatest form of torture you inflict upon yourself. Now, as the second step of this program, you're required to perform another strange action. You are asked to take your favorite diet sheet and throw it in the wastebasket. The reason for this is simple. Most overeat because they are over nervous and overtired. They try to use food as a substitute for the over drain of energy they are extracting from their body. But what happens if they stop the energy drain and replace it with an energy flow? They are less tired and less nervous. They are less hungry because they have done less needless exercise. Their willpower is stronger because they have stopped torturing their body with overactivity, and they may not need a diet at all. In fact, one of the most thrilling case studies in this doctor's book is the story of a previously businessman blimp who came right down from 200 pounds to 150 without ever glancing at a diet sheet at all. And why not you? Why not try this new way to lose weight at the same time you are absolutely forbidden to go on a special diet? I wanted to point out before I move on to this section that says in the third and final step, what I just read with the businessman blimp who came down from 200 pounds to 150 is something that Kevin Harrington, who you just saw, the inventor of the infomercial, I interviewed him in that last segment. Kevin Harrington calls magical transformations, which in other words are testimonials. And these are things that you see me using a lot in my marketing, and quite frankly, every successful marketing campaign or ad campaign has, sales page has testimonials and or magical transformations. That's what that is. And that would be another way. Robert Cialdini, in his book Influence, one of the 7 influence triggers, most powerful influence techniques that you can use as a marketer, is social proof, right? What you're doing in using is you're showing somebody that somebody else has had success with it. Okay, these are, I just want to point out, because when you're writing copy, whether that be an ad for an affiliate marketing campaign, a landing page, when you begin to see marketing through the eyes, through the lenses that I'm giving you, it's kind of like taking a pair of glasses and putting them on your eyes, and now you see things just differently. You notice things. You'll see successful marketing campaigns using testimonials and magical transformations. This just because he has limited space on this page. I could see this ad going in a magazine. I could see it going in a mailer, maybe on one piece of paper like I have right here, folded up and put it in an envelope. He doesn't have room to provide multiple different testimonials or magical transformations, but he does allude to one right there. And I wanted to just point that out. All right, continuing on. And the third and final step trims inches off your waist. This is the slimming exercise we mentioned above. It is a conventional exercise, but an incredibly simple one, and it's the only exercise this doctor recommends. It takes about 2 minutes a day. You do it lying flat on your back and making movements so slight that another person in the same room could hardly tell you're doing them. And each day when you finish, before your eyes in the bedroom mirror, the midsection inches just melt away. That's all there is to it. Accept the opportunity to prove it to yourself entirely at our risk. One last note. The book that brings you this incredibly simple and incredibly easy new program called How to Be Lazy, Healthy, and Fit also contains some of the most startling medical facts you have ever read, facts that may liberate you overnight from a lifetime of needless torture like this. Why you can be as healthy or healthier without conventional exercise as you can be with it. How to save 20,000 precious heartbeats a day. Do more to keep your heart healthy and happy than any jogging program ever dreamed of. How to throw away your tranquilizers and still come through bouts of tension with more energy and more pep than you've ever known before. How to turn ordinary sitting into an energy recharger for you 5 or 10 times a day. Why, if your family has a history of heart disease, strenuous exercise is the worst thing in the world for you. Now, what's interesting, what he's doing right here is using fact-based backup or science or data, right, to further add credibility to the pitch here. And what's interesting about that one piece of that one sort of bullet point or fascination. These are fascinations. These are called fascinations or bullet points because it doesn't give you the whole explanation of what he's talking about, but builds curiosity in a single bullet point. Heart disease is the #1 killer amongst at least people in America. If you look at what kills more people each year than anything else, it's heart disease. So by using that fascination in that bullet point, if your family has a history of heart disease, there's hardly anybody that doesn't have heart disease in their family. And as you get older, that becomes something that's more on the front of your mind because you're thinking about, well, what did mom die from, dad die from, grandpa, oh, shoot, heart attack, what? And then you start thinking. So that's something that immediately, even if, which is why these bullet points are fascinations, if you can pull them out of the affiliate product that you're promoting, or eventually if you go to build your own course or program, if you can pull these bullet points or fascinations out of your program, instead of laying out exactly what they're going to learn, you build or write a bullet point, a fascinating bullet point that alludes to, in a curiosity-driven way, something that they're going to learn, right? There's a difference between just laying it out and telling them what's there in writing a fascinating bullet point. Continuing on, how to come back to work on Monday. He's still hitting you with the fascinations. They're just not in bullet point form. They're just kind of written as a continuation, miniature paragraphs or sentences. How to come back to work on Monday with as much energy bubbling through your body as if you'd been in Hawaii for an entire week. How to get an automatic 10 to 15 minutes of figure slimming, bodybuilding exercise every day without your body ever knowing that you're doing it, and much, much more. All of it pointed towards one all-important goal: to give you a face and body you can be proud of, a heart you can depend on, energy to spare, and do it without raising your finger or your pulse rate a single beat. If it seems too easy to be true, let us prove it to you at our risk. The coupon to let you do so is right here, right? And then obviously that leads to the call to action and exactly, what they need to do in order to order, which back in the day, again, if they're reading this in a magazine or they're getting this as a mailer sent to their house, you sit there and you cut that thing out. So there it is, the Eugene Schwartz. If you're over 30, this is the best exercise you can do for your face, your body, and your heart. And of course, the title of the information program or booklet that you're ordering here for $5.98 is How to Be Lazy. He lays out the book that brings you this incredibly simple and incredibly easy new programs called How to Be Lazy, Healthy, and Fit. Okay, so what do we have here? Let's recap. Well, we have first and foremost information being sold. Okay, we have information being sold. We have basically an entire marketing campaign in one piece of marketing, which is that way because, back in whenever this was written, 60s, 70s, 80s, the internet didn't exist. So they had to have the entire campaign basically in this one ad. It acted as the ad, the landing page, the sales page, everything. So they're selling information. They're using direct response marketing to do so. There is one specific, it is targeted to people specifically who are over 30. It is likely targeted from another list that these marketers or this person bought that said these people are interested in exercise stuff. Maybe they bought exercise stuff before. And there is one thing to do: order this program. There's no options, there's no choices, and the intention of every single word is to get you to read the next word, right? It's written in that way. This entire ad is written in a way that is so curiosity based, so it's so compelling, it's so persuasive. So would you order? I would. I want to know. I want to know what this program is. How can I, all of the things that that a person who is over 30, who has likely tried other fitness programs and likely not followed through them, you present them with this offer, which is designed as almost like a magic bullet, but it seems to be backed up. Okay, there's magical transformation stories. You've got testimonials of other people in here. You've even got science. You've called out why this could be better for me if I have certain things like heart disease. This is an irresistible offer for $5.98. You can clearly see why this particular piece of direct response marketing worked as successfully as it did. I don't have the exact data or numbers, but this is a piece by Eugene Schwartz that's often talked about in the direct response world. So let's move on. Let's go and let's look at another piece of marketing now, and do a quick breakdown of it, because there's some elements in this next piece that I want to point out to you. This next piece is by Gary Bencivenga, and he's another brilliant copywriter who uses direct response marketing principles and there's a couple of interesting things that we're going to take and tease out of this particular letter, this ad, and can be applied to affiliate marketing as well. And I'll pull those out as we go. So first and foremost, let's start up here with the headline: do you make these mistakes in job interviews? I just want to point out that writing headlines that ask questions are really powerful. It doesn't always have to be a statement, right? Sometimes when you ask somebody a question, particularly something like this, do you make these mistakes in blank? That's a really compelling way to get somebody to open your email, begin to read your ad, begin to read your sales letter, etc. Okay, here we go. New York. Do you know why you should never eat a spinach salad when you're being interviewed over lunch? If you're a man, do you know why you should never wear a gold bracelet to a job interview? If you're a woman, do you know the kind of blouse that makes interviewers of both sexes think you're a loser? According to a new report, these are examples of innocent mistakes almost everyone makes when job hunting. But they're small potatoes compared to the most common mistake of all: not knowing how to position yourself as the number one candidate in an overcrowded field. Here's the problem. Competition for white-collar jobs has grown so fierce that a single help wanted ad in a major newspaper can pull in 2,000 resumes. Make it a little bit bigger here. That's 7 large mail sacks bulging with resumes from a single ad. How can you beat odds like that? This is the key question addressed by the underground best-selling report, Interviews That Win Jobs. Privately published and not available in bookstores, the report is based on extensive research with hiring executives, recruiters, outplacement officers, and other experts on how to land lucrative job offers in today's tough white-collar job market. The report even incorporates the results of videotape studies conducted through two-way mirrors by top placement services. These studies have identified what the most successful job candidates do differently than others to win many more job offers. Of greatest value, the report spells out today's most powerful strategies for winning the job over hordes of others, some of whom are bound to be better qualified than you. Surprisingly, it shows that beating the odds can be much easier than you'd ever imagine if you apply some simple rules of effective self-marketing. Indeed, since so few candidates even know about these strategies, they give you an almost unfair edge. Okay, here we're getting in to some bullet points and fascinations. Okay, he's already laid out what the thing is that they're selling. The key question addressed by the underground best-selling report, Interviews That Win Jobs. Okay, now we're gonna get into some of these fascination bullet points that don't exactly tell you what it is that he's talking about or that's in the book, but gives you some bullet point fascinations about that get you curious. Okay, sort of tease you. It's sort of like walking in the mall, and you know how they hand you a piece of like bourbon chicken or something, and then you're like, oh damn, that tasted good, and then you got to go order a whole plate. It's kind of what a bullet point fascination is. So here we go. For example, and let me back up. Indeed, since so few candidates even know about these strategies, they give you an almost unfair advantage. For example, why, according to studies, candidates with the best qualifications on paper usually don't get the job. You'll learn the factors that count for much more and how to use them to gain an enormous advantage. The simple 12-word sentence that will make you the number one candidate more often than you'd ever believe. That's a brilliant bullet point, okay? 12 words. It's clear, it's precise, people will buy this just because of that one bullet point, okay? 11 ways to get interviewers like you. 11 ways to get interviewers to like you. People only hire those they like. 25 biggest interview turnoffs. Interview etiquette checklist. Many unwritten rules you may be breaking. Worst times to schedule an interview. Your odds of getting hired are very low. A simple strategy to make yourself 3 times more likely to get hired. the mistake made by 90% of those fired from a prior job. It can guarantee you won't be hired again soon. How to skyrocket your number of job offers by making interviewers feel safe in hiring you. The report, so you see, again, a great example of those bullet point fascinations, which you see me use in all great marketers that are both doing affiliate marketing. But then, of course, as an affiliate, when I'm looking for offers to promote, I want to make sure that they sell well. You see where this is going? You see why this is so valuable? Because I want to know how to identify, not only create great marketing, but I want to know how to identify great marketing so I can push my traffic and my efforts to marketing products and services that are going to convert. Okay, here we go, moving on. The report also reveals how to make nervousness and body language work for you, which is a huge thing, right? Who's not nervous when you go to a job interview? How to wow them with your qualifications without sounding braggy, the 3 qualities interviewers prize most, how skilled interviewers can detect when you're lying or even stretching, and the strategy the best interviewers use to lower your guard and get you to talk much more freely about yourself and your shortcomings than you ever intended. There's more. How to get strangers inside the company to put a good word in for you. Best ways to establish rapport with interviewers, and how to avoid numerous little traps sometimes placed in your path on purpose. Finally, the report gives you a masterful way to close the sale, the single best strategy for making the short list of finalists, becoming the #1 candidate, and then getting invited back to hear those magical words, "You're hired." Job seekers interested in gaining every possible edge can obtain this unique report for only $49.95 on a risk-free, money-back guarantee basis, calling the toll-free 800 phone number below. Now here we go into stacking the bonuses, okay? So going back to something that Kevin Harrington actually said, as I've learned from him and talked to him, and is in the extended part of that interview that I did with him, is, and he learned this actually from Zig Ziglar, okay? So Zig Ziglar, if you haven't heard of him, he's the guy who said, you can get anything you want in life if you help enough people get what they want. Well, what Zig talked about in selling is one way to help somebody to say yes if they've previously said no is to provide them with more information, new information, to help them make a new decision. And so if what they read so far in this letter is not enough information to get them to say yes, what we're doing with stacking additional bonuses is we're giving them more information and more value to help them make a new decision, okay? And oftentimes you'll see in webinar pitches or sales video pitches, or even if we go back to those good old infomercials to where they say, here's what you're getting, 1 pillow, and call now, and it's $20. But wait, order right now, we'll give you 2 pillows, right? Because if one was not enough to get you to make a decision, now I'm giving you more information, more value to help you make a new decision. Bonuses can be used both by product sellers, right? Somebody who's selling a course, or in this case, a free report, but it can also be used by affiliates if you want to add additional value to help somebody make a new decision, or even help somebody make a decision before they go and buy the product. So if I'm an affiliate, I'm sending an email about an offer, I could say, this offer is fantastic. There's many benefits, which you'll read over on the page. And if you pick it up by tomorrow at midnight, I'm going to throw in these additional bonuses. Bonus 1, bonus 2. So now as an affiliate, maybe you're going to give them a free report of your own. Maybe you're going to give them a free video that you've recorded. Maybe you're going to give them your top free apps. There's anything can be used as a bonus. But I'm just pointing out that you can use these principles, these direct response marketing principles, both as a product seller, but also as an affiliate. So let's continue right here. clear my red paint, and we're going to start right here. 5 free reports if you respond now. Readers of USA Today who respond. So this was actually published in USA Today. Okay. So this was a full page, basically a full page ad. Okay. Notice no pictures, right? We go back to my original statement that I made a while back of the power of direct response marketing. It's not about images. It's not about graphics. It's not about things looking cute and pretty. Everybody spends so much time, logo, design, colors, none of that matters. As you can see right here, black and white, words sell, okay? All right, I digress again, back into it. Readers of USA Today who respond immediately will also receive these 5 additional free bonuses. Free bonus number 1. How to answer the 64 toughest interview questions, selling nationally for $49.95. This freebie tells you how to give answers that hiring executives love to hear to tough questions such as, why should I hire you? Aren't you overqualified? Where could you use some improvement? Why have you been out of work so long? Name 2 weak points of your previous boss. Beware, a trap. What would you do over in your life? How do you feel about working nights, weekends? Will you relocate or travel? Even if you won't, don't say no just yet. How many hours a week do you normally work? And dozens more. You'll see how to turn all these questions to your advantage with masterful answers in your own words so they don't sound canned. You'll walk into any interview feeling much more confident and make a stronger impression. This is like having the answers before you take the final exam. Oh, gosh, that is masterful. That is just masterful. Okay, free bonus number 2, red hot cover letters that get 50 to 100% more interviews. Formula works like a charm. Free bonus number 3, get a job now. Perhaps the fastest, simplest plan ever devised for getting a new job. Free bonus number 4, negotiate your best compensation package. How to boost your compensation offer by 25 to 50% or more. The diplomat's secret for winning more in any negotiation. How to make your bargaining position stronger even if you're out of work. How to get the employer to say what he'll pay you before you say what you'd accept. The only way to know if you're getting top dollar, compensation checklist, every fringe and perk to consider when comparing offers. Just that. You see how I've made getting rich my hobby. Like this, and this is why I'm on video. I wanted why I wanted to be picture in picture here for you is because just this is just so beautiful. It's so delicious. The words that you're talking to a 9th grade dropout who had, I had the worst words. I still do in many cases, but when I become a student of when this becomes my passion, my hobby, I learn from these giants whose shoulders that I stand on in this industry, the real masters, the real legends, right? Not these Instagram, dopes that are renting Lamborghinis and all this BS you see now. I'm talking about the OGs in the game. I get to learn the secrets and the strategies that even without a college education and failing English multiple times over my student career, I get to learn how to be persuasive and use words as an affiliate marketer or eventually as a course creator or coach or event runner, selling information. How can I sell it? And think about how much this sold. I mean, come on, this thing, there's a reason why this is a legendary ad, okay? Free bonus number 5. The greatest job finding secret. So powerful, this strategy generated multiple job offers even in the Great Depression. This one simple secret instantly puts you among the most successful of all job seekers. All this for $49.95 plus $6 shipping and handling, all which can be tax deductible. Call now, 24 hours, toll free, 1-800-804-JOBS. Ask for interviews that win jobs, plus the 5 free reports. Your reports will be rushed by priority mail for delivery in 5 business days or less, or mail your check to the address. For your privacy, we ship in a plain package, unconditional 1-year full money back guarantee for any reason whatsoever. No quibbles, questions, or hedges. These strategies must work or you pay nothing. Golly. I mean, come on. How many people do you think? 1997. Golly. I mean, man, I don't know. Sometimes I read this stuff, I read good copy, and I just sit back in awe, because when you learn these strategies as an affiliate marketer, when you learn these strategies as a marketer in general, even a business owner, but specifically we're talking about affiliate marketing, and you apply them to your marketing, you dominate the marketplace. You don't just look like a fool out there just randomly throwing spaghetti at the wall hoping that something sticks. No, you are applying timeless, powerful, profitable direct response marketing strategies that work. And when you take this, now by the way, as I've said, you're getting all these letters. I'm going to give them to you. You can read them. I mean, this is study material. This is stuff that will take time for you to go through and read. But again, if you can make getting rich, as I said, not only your business, but also your hobby, and become passionate about writing headlines. Do you make these mistakes in blank? Like that headline that he wrote became, imagine that in the USA Today, that headline, instead of just an article with a toll-free number at the end, became, I mean, I don't have the data or the numbers, but likely a campaign that made a lot of money. But that can be true with anything that you do when you apply these techniques and these strategies from these legendary marketers in your marketing, even as an affiliate marketer. Okay? I'll see you in the next section. Okay? So I'll see you in the next video, and hopefully this was as fun for you as it was for me.